Good morning. I am here to start my reading vlog for day 3 of 30. I didn't announce that it was a goal. I didn't make a big deal of it. I just decided about maybe around the 25th or the 26th of October, maybe a couple of days before that. But I decided that this is what I was going to do. Notice I have on my cat mom pajamas. I'll get dressed shortly. I have my coffee on, but I may hold off on drinking my coffee. I have a stomach ache. I am on now like several vitamins and iron and like vitamin D, multivitamin, whatever. And ever since I started taking those prescription medications, I 50% of the time get a stomach ache. I know that I have an ulcer. In fact, I have 3. But what I've been doing is taking the omeprazole in the morning when I take those other vitamins and whatnot with my medication, because I thought that it would kind of like make things a little better. So only about 3 or 4 days a week do I get this kind of stomach ache. I don't get it too often, but I have it now. And I came in here to tell you where I was with Otherwise Engaged, and I knew I was tired, but I didn't realize I was that tired. It says I'm only 1% done, but I think I read a good 10% of it last night. But I have my page turner on it, and it was under a couple of things, so I don't know. I have to find my spot. But that's what I'm going to be reading this morning. Otherwise Engaged by Susan Mallory. And after that, I know why. Let me see. Okay. I know I did some reading last night, but my goodness, was I tired? So tired that I can't tell you what I was reading. I started Her Forgotten Hours by Lily Graham. That's what I started. And this book is about, it appears that a plane pilot crashed into like a farm area. And a little boy sees the plane. He sees somebody in the plane, and he does his best to get this person out of the plane. And he says, I mean, you could tell that the damage was huge, to her foot. I just said the word her, so we'll get to that in a second. But to her foot and to other parts. So anyway, so he says, come on, we gotta go. We gotta get to, my house. So they stumble and they make their way to his house. And his grandfather's like, what are you doing? What is going on here? Well, the little boy goes, but I had to help her. Well, I had to help them, whoever it is. So anyway, so the farmer, he's the grandfather, and he puts this person on the table and he starts to look at the damage, try to get the gloves off, try to get the boots off. Says, oh, there's binding around the middle portion of the pilot, so they must have been previously injured. And then when he tries to get the boot off, which was kind of seared into the foot from the crash, from the explosion of the crash, he hears screams, and it's a little bit like, oh, those, okay, screams. It doesn't take long before the person wakes up, and he can tell by the cadence of the voice that it's a woman. Thing is, when the plane went down, all the little boy could hear is Michelle, Michelle, or Michael, Michael. So that's what they think her name is. And she goes, where am I? Why am I here? Why are you calling me Michael? And so there you have the theme of this, the book title, Her Forgotten Hours. So now I'm curious to see where she's going to go with her memory and how long the memory is. And since I'm reading it on this Kindle, as it's an audiobook, sometimes when I read an audiobook on the Kindle, it fills the whole screen. But there it is, Her Forgotten Hours by Lily Graham. Now I can get back to this device and figure out, am I going to really get into Otherwise Engaged by Susan Mallory? So I sat down, I got up, I did brush my hair, put my coffee on, fed my cat, sat here. So I hadn't even had time to realize that I did not read Susan Mallory's book anymore last night. So these are the two books that I'm going to be reading, Her Forgotten Hours and Otherwise Engaged. That's my goal for today, is to read both of these books. So let me get coffee and get my reading on, and then I will check back with you guys. Thanks for watching. I just had to do this clip because of my cat. And when I got up, he got up. He was trying to lay right here in front of me. And for those who don't know it, I lost my cat, Toby, exactly 1 week ago. So Milo's been a little bit attention hungry, which is just fine for me. But I'm in my recliner, which has heat. It has massage. I have my Echo playing one of my favorite performers, who's Faith Hill. And I'm struggling to hold this device with one hand and be comfortable all the way reclined like I am now. I remembered that I bought this, I guess we'll call it a book pillow, 2 or 3 years ago. Never needed it in bed. So I went to my little stash of reading stuff and I grabbed it and I got it. Let's see, how far am I? I think I'm 27% into my book. I think it's a 336-page book. I did doze off. Dee Dee's on. In fact, that's what woke me up. When Dee Dee finished with that sprint that she was just on and she began talking, my heart hit the floor because I'm like, who's talking in my office? But no, it was Dee Dee. So that's it. I just wanted to share this. I'm really, really happy that I've got this. I'm not all the way reclined back at this moment because I'm making this clip, but you know, having reading stuff is good. And plus, as you readers would know, I have a remote page turner. So I think I just turned it 4 pages. So that's it. I'm really happy. I'm really comfortable today. Hi, time for another check-in. And I found 2 things while I was reading. I got up twice and it was well worth getting up both times. I left the remote page turner in the room because I'm not using it right now. But I did grab this, which I think I might have mentioned in a quick clip. And I also grabbed this, the remote clicker. It's a UB size generic clicker that, or should I say power button? I don't know. I can do a lot of things with it. For the video, I can turn it off and on. But if I'm in other applications, I can use it as well. But I only want it for the camera. So now that I am making this clip, I'll give you an update on my reading. My book that I'm reading, which is Otherwise Engaged by Susan Mallory, that is an ebook, Kindle book, and I'm reading it on my 8-inch Kindle. That, by the way, needs to be charged right now. I could just get another device, put it on anything, my iPad, my iPhone, but I decided to just leave it on there and to use that time when I got the 20% battery mark to switch books. So I'm switching back to Her Forgotten Hours by Lily Graham. And the spot where I am with the book is the Germans have knocked on the door where the young lady has taken refuge. And now they got to play it cool that her identity is not revealed, even though she doesn't know who she is. All she knows is that she's an enemy of the Germans. But the old man and his little boy that took her in are protecting her. So that's it for right now. I'm pretty cool. So I have on my t-shirt. I went and grabbed a flannel shirt, and I still have the sweatshirt on. I'm having a taste for a cup of tea, so I may lose the sweatshirt because I'm sure I won't be able to drink tea and have 3 layers on. So that's it for now. I just looked down at my iPad. There's 6 minutes left for Didi's current sprint. So when she comes back, I can let Sprint know that, the Sprint chat know that I did get to 33% of my book and I am starting my next book. So now I am going to go back to that. And like I said, I'm going to make a cup of tea, but I can play this book in my ear while I go get tea. See you soon. Okay, this will be my last clip for this vlog, which is my 3rd of 30 reading vlogs for November. But I'm thinking that tomorrow I have an appointment, and then I have my transportation dropping me off at my daughter's house. And I probably won't be home till close to 7. So I might have to combine days 4 and 5 into one vlog. But we'll see how I feel when I get home tomorrow evening. But I thought I would tell you about the rest of today. Let's see. My goodness. It took me all day to read Otherwise Engaged by Susan Mallory. Why did it take so long? Not because of whether or not the book was good or not good, but because I couldn't keep my eyes open today. I thought it was because I was too comfortable in this chair with my, as I mentioned earlier, the massage and the heat, and then I decided to plug in my heated throw, and I was just so comfortable. So I thought that was the reason. So no, what do? I go lay in bed. Well, that was even worse. So every time I woke up, I would get another 10, 20, or even 30 pages read of Susan Mallory's book. Otherwise Engaged was a great book, 5 stars. I know it's very early in the month, but I can easily see this book being my favorite read of November. But again, it's very early in the month, way too early to call. In addition to the reading and the napping, I also got to read about 60% of Her Forgotten Hours by Lily Graham. Now, I have that as an audiobook, and I easily could have finished it, but my review for Susan Mallory's book was due today, and I will be putting it up tomorrow. The nice thing about when I do, and I'm trying to bring up my spreadsheet, the nice thing about when I do blog tours for Harlequin, we receive, let me see if I can shrink it to get as much of it in. I just want to make it so you can see what I'm about to say. Okay. So with Harlequin, we receive these spreadsheets, which are editable by us blog tour hosts. Therefore, I have until I think the 11th to get this review up. No, somewhere around the 11th. But I'll be getting it up tomorrow, the 4th. And, it's already tomorrow. It's 1:30 in the morning. Okay, so I will be getting that up in the morning. And it looks like 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 32 of us have posted. So I will definitely be getting that up because the blog tours need to be done. So that's why I didn't totally freak out about not reading or finishing Susan Mallory's book ahead of time. Another reason that I didn't finish her book is over the last couple of days, I've been taking too many naps, but that's neither here nor there. Meanwhile, during some of the intermissions during the sprint train for NetGalley November, I fleshed out 3 reviews, or should I say, when I say fleshed out, I mean the reviews were written and they just needed to be proofread by me at least one more time. For example, I have another review that's 100% written, but I want to proofread it one more time. So with that, I had 5 reviews that I got done today. 7 of them, between what I've gotten done today and what I have done prior, are scheduled on my blog, going until I can, oh good, I have Blogger open. These go through, well, I'm not at my first page. Let's bring the first page. So these go up into February of 2026, like February 3rd, a couple in November, later this week, I should say, and next week. So there's 7 scheduled. Tomorrow's going to have at least 3. The Secrets at the Irish Adoption House by Susan Vernal. I always want to say Suzanne. The Accidental Christmas by Lori Foster. And as I mentioned, Otherwise Engaged by Susan Mallory. Those will be my 3 reviews that go up on my blog tomorrow. So with that, if we take away the Otherwise Engaged, I have 8 other reviews to write, so 9 more reviews to write altogether. And then as far as my activity for receiving approvals or downloads, every month as part of the Libro FM program, I get 10 audiobooks a month. I don't ever use anywhere near that quantity of free audiobooks for review because a lot of the genres I either don't read or don't have time to read. But of the 3 that I did choose this month were Bitter Honey, and I want to say, I hope I say this properly, Lola Akinmati Akastrom. That's how I'm pretty sure it's pronounced. I have that. And because I have Bitter Honey from Libro, I decided to download it from NetGalley as an ebook so that I can do immersion reading with it. Now, Bitter Honey, an ebook, is from William Morrow, and I am auto approved. So once I got the ARC from Libro FM for Bitter Honey, then I went straight to NetGalley to get it from them so I can do immersion reading. I am more than halfway done with Her Forgotten Hours by Lily Graham, but I wanted to speed up my narration, and the only way I will go past 2.5 up to, well, with the audiobooks on NetGalley, you have speeds of 1, 1.5, 1.75, 2, 2.5, and 3. If I go past 2 with audiobooks from NetGalley, then I put them in a category where I will immersion read them. And so because of that immersion reading, I did go ahead and download Her Forgotten Hours. I don't think I'm even going to need that immersion reading because I think I have 3 hours left, so that's an hour and a half. I'm not going to finish it tonight. I've got to go to sleep because I've got stuff tomorrow. I did get a library hold-in, and that is Beartown by Frederick Backman. And many times, I will be in a situation where people are talking about a book. And because they're talking about a book, it becomes an anticipated read that I would like to engage in. So, Beartown is the first of 3. There's 3 books in the trilogy. They are Beartown, Us Against You, and The Winners. So I have Beartown now, and Us Against You and The Winners are both on hold. And the holds are about 4 to 5 weeks, which is perfect because it'll push me getting those books for December, because my November is full. And let's see, what else did I get? Did I get anything else from? No, oh, I did get, remember I said I got Bitter Honey and Her Forgotten Hours, so that if I wanted to do immersion reading, well, I have another way that I will be doing immersion reading, and that is because I got the 100 Rules for Living to 100 by Dick Van Dyke, narrated by Tom Bergeron. And just as Bitter Honey and other books that I have, that one is also in auto approval as an ebook. So on the one hand, I might do immersion reading with it, but from what I can hear in the NetGalley November discussions on the live streams, I won't need the immersion reading because it's supposed to be very entertaining. And I did forget to mention one other Libro FM book. Oh, two other Libro FM books. One is Prowl by Colleen Coble. It is the second book in her Sanctuary series, and the first book was Ambush, which I read about 6 months ago, maybe not a year ago, but about 6 months ago. And then I keep seeing Forget You Saw by Noel Ehely. Okay, please correct me in my comments, but I want to see why this book jumped out at me at the Libro. Forget You Saw. Oh, okay. It's not even coming up, so that means that it was pulled from the NetGalley catalog. Could be because they've got whatever amount of reviews that they wanted to get or whatever. I'm really not even sure, but all I know is I keep seeing this book, and I'm just checking I just checked my NetGalley Shelf app to see if I was approved or denied this book, and was neither. But I know I've seen this book before. So when I saw it on Libro FM, I decided to get it. And I didn't bring in my other tablet, but if I were to tell you, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's 68 or 69 audiobooks available on this month's catalog of review titles on Libro FM. Of those 69, 10 of them are mine at my discretion. I only got 3 this month. Last month, I didn't get any because none of them appealed to me. I think in September, I got 2. So I never avail myself of all 10 titles because really there would be no point because I would never get to most of them. But for today, I did get those 3. So I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about. I did make some notes in my note app. And it's so funny because I say to you guys many times, I don't usually use notes when I make my videos, but because there were so many bookish things that happened for me today, notes were necessary. In addition to that, I do want to say that I have been present at several hours of the live streams that have been going on for this NetGalley November 2.0 event. Sometimes I've been asleep. A lot of times I've been asleep. But they've just been running on my device. The funny thing is, what I learned is, if I have my device on, then I'm using battery power, right? But if I have a live stream on and I close my tablet, when the alarm goes that the host is back after a sprint, it wakes up my tablet. I love that. So I wasn't fully there for every single hour of all of I think there's only 2 to 3 live streams a day because they're the 8, 10, 12-hour streams. But I learned a little way of allowing myself to rest when I need rest, but being there for the watch hours for the hosts that are doing these streams. Right now, just to let you know, booking with Atya, Ahtiya. Please forgive me if I butchered your name. But she's on now until I believe 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. And after her, there's a whole sprint train. In fact, if you go, I will put the sprint train, I will try to put the sprint train link in my description, because every day between now and the 30th of November, there will be an active live stream 24 hours a day. And I'm always showing you stuff on my tablet, but I'm going to show you where we are now. Okay, we're right here. This one is live right now, and these are the other ones for the rest of the month. How come I can't scroll? There you go. Yeah, so it's a full schedule, and I love that it's going 24 hours a day, because with us being an international group, because we have friends from Australia, we have friends from the UK, of course here in the US, and then there are some in Canada. So everybody has a chance to watch and to participate in the live streams. Now, I'm going to go back in the room and put my audiobook back on for Her Forgotten Hours by Lily Graham. But during the intermission that Atya has in her stream, it's a group jigsaw puzzle with a jigsaw puzzle app. So I missed a couple of sessions of doing the puzzles because I was asleep. And then the third time they did it, I was getting my reviews for tomorrow ready. So I do hopefully have an opportunity, at least maybe one more time, to join in on a jigsaw puzzle endeavor. And I love it because, like, for example, and I know I'm going on and on, but I'm going to turn the volume down so I can tell you what I want to tell you. Like, currently there are 16 in the stream. So if 16 of us are awake, and actually, no, now that I just checked, I am not doing a puzzle with her tonight, because this stream, this sprint that they're doing right now is on for another 53 minutes. And I know that I need to go to sleep. But what I love about having so many in the stream is with Atia's doing the puzzle, then a lot of us get to do it at the same time. And whoever grabs that piece first gets to place it, or you can put the piece back and try for another piece. But I'm missing out on that today because I was just too sluggish. In fact, I can even hear it in my own voice. And you're going to hear a difference in the way that I sound. Now, all my shirts that I pulled out of the closet, I just so big on me now that I've lost weight. Okay, that's it. Well, I was mentioning one other thing. No rings. I had 3 rings. But if I put my hand the wrong way, they just fall off. So I tried different fingers and they just fall off. Why are my rings falling off? Why have I put my rings in my jewelry box? Because I've lost so much weight that I've lost ring sizes in any of the fingers that would hold rings. Go figure. And one of those rings is very important to me. It's my mother's ring. My mother had 6 children, just like I have 6 children. And one of my siblings had all of our birthstones on a ring. So it's, and I'm sure that mother's ring, that term is familiar to many of you. And I did not want to lose that ring. So until I can get the rings resized or buy ring guards, I decided, for the safety of these rings, including my wedding ring, to put the rings away. So why did I mention that? There's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason. It has something to do with the last thing that I said. Oh, my shirt. I was noticing how it was it was up here like that. Yeah. But one thing about the big flannel shirts that I have and the big sweatshirts that I have is I won't be cold this winter. So that's going to be it. Let me go ahead and edit this video. I do plan on having my videos going up around 8 a.m. the next day, which is why you may not get a video from me on Thursday, because I might have to, yeah, we'll see. I'll let you know as time goes on. But thanks for watching, and I'm sorry for rambling on. You could call me Rambling Rose. I have no idea how long this video is. Thanks for watching.